Every radio programs is a mixture of certain elements, and these elements are based on the features or characteristics of the medium. Radio is auditory medium, so the programs of radio are made up of spoken word or human voice, music, sound effect and silence or pause if it is required. A producer has to plan the use of all four elements as a requirement in the program. Let's understand each one in detail. The first element of radio program is spoken word or human voice. Spoken word or human voice is an essential tool of communication among people for sharing information. Narration is made up of words, therefore, spoken word is the most common and important element of the radio programs. Radio news, radio talk, radio interview, radio commentary, radio feature and radio documentary are a basically spoken word or human voice based programs. In a piece of music and drama, spoken words are used as a link or monologue or dialogue that narrates the story of programs. Simply, spoken words or linguistics sounds through the use of which people understand a particular language speak with one another. In a recording studio, with the help of a microphone and other equipment, we record and transmit spoken word as a newsreader or radio jockey. Through spoken word, broadcaster convey the information to the listener. Also, spoken words help broadcaster for creating imagination and visuals in listener's mind. In other words, spoken words is an oral presentation of written contents and it is the foundation of any radio program. Without a human voice, we can't imagine any type of radio programs. The second element of radio program is music. We can say music is the soul of radio. Music conveys the message, calms the brain and mitigates pressure. In radio programs, through music, programmers generate important emotions, even if it is only playing in the background. It creates a good mood which gives the positive feeling. There are various forms of music transmitted from any radio station such as film music, folk music, classical music and western music. Through music, we can add the color to any spoken word program and it also breaks the monotony in the program. Music can be used in radio programs as a signature tune or theme music of the various radio programs, which signify the identity of any radio station or program. Also, music is used in radio programs to give the preferred effect of happy or sad situations, fear or joy. In a radio drama, music can suggest scenes and locations. Another important element of radio program is sound effect. Sound effects are essential for any dramatic program presented in radio to give the meaning and sense of location. As we know, radio is a blind medium. Here, listener can only listen, not see the scene and location. So the effects of noise, birds chirping, sound of winds, the horn of the motor car, gunshot, laughing and blast sound effects help to listeners imagine or visualize the local atmosphere or situation. Sound effects adds common sense to a program and helps a listener to use imagination. Also, sound effect portray the sense of a dramatic situation through sounds. In a radio drama, the sound effect can be used for such things as setting the place, assigning action, solving problems, and evoking characteristics. Sometimes it helps to identify the characters in the scenes. In a radio programs, sound effect can be used in two ways. First is the spot or created during the recording, that is original effects. The second method is recorded sound effects that can be used after the recording or in a post-production phase. Most of the time, sound effect in radio programs are added in a post-production or editing phase. During the dubbing, we can add extra sound effects. Here are various categories of sound effects used in a radio programs. First is ambience sound effect. Ambience sound effects provides a sense of place, where and perhaps of time when activities take place. Second is discrete effect. It indicates individual action, what, how and how much. Third is crowd sound effect. It is unfocused sounds of a lot of people in a crowded situation. Dialogue, with the help of vocal contrast or variation, sometimes the dialogue is acted sound effect in the radio program. Silence or pause is also known as sound effect in a specific situation. The fourth element of radio program is silence or pause. Although silence is counted as limitation of radio because it is sound medium, a listener may change the station or switch off their radio set if it has a long pause or silence. But sometimes small pause or silence are essential in a radio program, imaginatively to convey the message or effect of the action. Imagine situation of knocking doors and nobody present inside the room. Shouting of your parents and effects on kids. Hearing the sad news about the demises of someone's close relatives. So many situations are there where no other element replaces the importance of silence or pause in a radio program. Script writing for radio. David Brinkley once said that the ear is the least effective way to receive information. We may read well and we may even receive the information we read well, but we are terrible listeners. Writing for the radio takes more time and effort in comparison with print and television because it creates a visual in the listener's mind through words. Another important consideration is listener will maybe only hear the program once and in a short time frame. So a script writer must create a picture for the listener so that they can visualize it. Writing words to be heard by the ear is relatively different from words to be read by the eyes. The formation of sentences, their construction and order have to be considered through to be absolutely clear and definite at their first hearing because the listener does not have the possibility of re-access again. It should create sense in a first time. This is possible only through script writing. So listener comes first. We should understand about the listener's age group, socio-economic condition, their education and understanding about the technical jargons before the writing scripts for the radio program. A radio script is a written document which gives the details of how an entire program should be. A radio script takes some of the stress of presenters during the live transmission. It provides them with the assurance that they know what they are going to present next so that they can focus on how they are presented. Radio scripts also ensures that all elements of program are covered logically and to set time.